Okay, YouTube, I'm going to read a Bible verse, and I'm not sure if it's entirely correct the way I pronunciate certain words, and I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to get a strike on YouTube, so just let me know. I'm just talking about this Bible verse because I opened to a random page, everybody, and I read, and I always read at the top left. It's like this thing of mine. I just flip through the pages and I read the top left. And what I read, and it's the end of this sentence. So I'm going to start with a new paragraph. And it's only going to be, so it's Romans 11 dash, your little comma, 12. And it says 33 right by the sentence. So I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I'm just going to read this, what it says. And then I'll get back to explaining, how this relates to my life. Oh, the depths of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of God. How unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out. And then this is 34, the next sentence. It goes, or paragraph or whatever. It goes, for who has known the mind of the Lord, or who has become his consoler. So basically, is that what it's saying, both the depths and riches, of the wisdom and knowledge of God. So people have the depths and riches of what, of God, like some of the traits of God, probably, that's what I'm trying to get from this, maybe, I'm not sure, I'm not entirely sure. But then it's, says, unsearchable are his judgments and his ways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't fathom the comprehension of the judgments because he knows so much. I'm thinking of what it says here. And his ways, like his ways are unreachable. So you can't reach the level of the ways of God, like, because it's so, like, powerful, probably, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to keep this, bookmarked until I randomly open up another page and then read. So that's what I do. And I have been recently, how it applies to my life, I've been recently making more podcast videos. It's elevating my state of consciousness where I'm getting more social, like talking more and realizing all the faculties and keeping it online every day so I don't get rusty and stuff like this. I'm not reading the book anymore, but what I'm saying is that so I don't get rusty and I stay on my pathway in my brain that links up the other networks of where I'm going with my train of thought, and to accomplish it, and it gets clearer and cleaner. And what I'm trying to say is that practice makes perfect. Studying and doing this actually helps, and there's just, Jesus had knowledge that he gave people back in the day. So what I'm trying to say is that what I'm trying to, represent here is like, learning, like learning in to study something, especially of God's knowledge, to study that. God wants you to study. And this is what it is all about, because when Jesus was, teaching, he wanted these people to understand what he was talking about. And it just doesn't happen overnight when you just say it once to somebody. That sometimes they can't remember or comprehend it right away until they start learning and studying it and, realizing it for themselves. So that's why if you had all the knowledge, I'm pretty sure Jesus back in the day, if enough people followed him, that he would have changed some things in certain areas. But I don't know about changing the whole society, but back then it was a little bit more different. The rules and laws, I don't know. But all I know is what I'm going to do is try to do something on that level of things to make the world a better place, because I have the knowledge that I figured out upon, I don't know how this came about, but the Hobbit Home Society and all my ideas for it would be very beneficial, and it'd solve all the problems of the world. Like, there'd only be solutions. There'd be no problems, because we already know the problems that we're facing. So there'd only be solutions to them problems. We wouldn't create the same problems. See, and this is part of the information in my intelligence that I'm trying to say, is that, like, this is what I'm trying to say to everybody, is like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the more that you know this knowledge and study it, you can do something yourself and change the world for the better, have, better outlooks and everything, and hopefully have better days. To live life better through the soul is one thing, and then clean living for the planet is another. And then all these things, there's all these things, that we can learn. But I mean, all of them combined to make the world a better place would be beneficial for everything. So that it's all kind of corresponding with life, what I'm talking about. The physical of what we do, of what we create, and like physically in the world, and mentally and spiritually. But yeah, it's all connected. But anyway, have a good day, girls. And your worship divine goddess, and I hope you're doing amazing, because I made this podcast because I needed to, because like literally it's like going to be beneficial for everybody to hear this, because the Bible has information in it that's knowledgeable, like a high level sometimes. Like, that was very right on point, you know what I mean? So yeah, have a good day, girls. Have a good one. All right, bye.